This girl stared at the selfie in the computer and revealed a weird smile. She gently pushed her finger, and a sweet and cute loli appeared in front of her eyes. Once this photo was released, it attracted thousands of geeks online to be fascinated by her. But in reality, although she has a hot body, but she really has an ugly face. Not only was she ridiculed by her classmates for this, even the delivery guy she didn't even know sneered at her. Angry, she took out all her anger on her mother. Then she ran out of the house with the sunset. But before she could run 2 steps, she was stopped by a strange old grandmother. The grandmother said she could solve her problem of ugly appearance. So the girl hurriedly looked up the loli photo in her phone and asked her, "Can she look like this?" But she looked at the grandmother, who was even uglier than her, and thought it might not be a good idea. The grandmother is actually a witch. In order to prove her strength, she has been hard to key off her ugly face, and replaced with a delicate and charming face. She promised to change the girl's face for free, without charging any fees. But she had to eat a special thing, which was human soul tempura. This stuff looks disgusting though, but to impress those who despise her, it's worth doing anything. Without further ado, the girl swallowed the human soul tempura directly into her belly, and all this was watched by a passing mouse man. The next day, a quiet and beautiful girl walked into the school and stunned all the boys there. All the girls around her made a pass at her and asked her where she came from as a transfer student. But when she announced her name, the faces of her classmates were full of disbelief. She was the former ugly girl Kalala. Kalala's heart was so happy at that moment. Everywhere she went, she kept admiring her face. She loved her new face and had a new lease on life. She was being approached by many famous scouts who were convinced that she would soon be a top woman. Just when everyone was complimenting her on her looks, a guy came up to her. It was Chino, Kalala's longtime crush. He was extremely against this kind of cosmetic surgery. He thinks that looks don't matter. He prefers the real her to the old one. Does face really not matter? Kalala thought of her old pancake face, and a wave of disgust and boredom came out. She had to turn into her current appearance. How could she easily change back? The other girls who had a crush on the schoolboy also started to feel jealous of Kalala. Originally Kalala was just a humble ugly girl, but now she is even more beautiful than her, which really makes people angry. Just then, the mouse man sneakily appeared. She told the girl the secret of her beauty and introduced her to the witch, from which she got a big kickback. Kalala is still upset about what the schoolmarm said. Everyone is approaching her because of her pretty face. Only Chino, her crush, thinks she is too vain. The more Kalala thought about it, the more aggravated she was. She ran out of the house with her hands behind her face. Just as she reached the intersection, she collided with an oncoming wide-eyed girl. When she got up again, it turned out that the grandmother's face replacement surgery was to peel off their original faces and replace them with the faces of the dead. With that, she took out her carefully sourced face and showed it to the crowd. In fact, this witch is not a bad person, just because she was also crazy about beauty, so she swallowed mercury and became a demon after her death. She saw these girls seeking beauty and found them kind and lovely, so she was willing to let the girls make their own choice, to change back to the original skin, or to change a more beautiful face. The short-haired girl immediately picked up her original face after hearing this. She was not ugly. Of course, do not want to wear a dead face to live. She resolutely regained her original appearance. She took the ugly face and went to Kalala, but Kalala stepped back. She didn't want to go back to her old self. She threw her face out in disgust and ran out of the door. Halfway there, Chino stopped her and told her his heart. He said that for a long time. All the other girls liked his handsome face, but only Kalala was really caring and encouraging to him, so he didn't care about the looks. But when Kalala revealed her true face, Chino was instantly shocked and fell to the ground. His friends came and explained to Chino what had happened. Chino said with a sad face, "I like your person, not your looks." But Kalala instantly exploded after hearing that. Chino looked at the emotional Zalara and hugged her tenderly from behind. He promised himself that there would be no other girls around him in the future. No matter what she becomes in the future, he will always be by her side. Tender words of love always touch the heart. Kalala, who has been an ugly girl for many years, is no exception. She took the initiative to take over the ugly face, and with Chino's encouragement, she put on her own face again. But after that, the schoolboy was still surrounded by many girls. There was no sign of his commitment until he saw the big screen on the street. He realized that Kalala had already become a popular actress. That's when he felt regret, but it was already too late. Kalala was sober from the beginning to the end. She knew that instead of betting her happiness on others, she should seize the opportunity herself. Those sweet words will eventually turn into nothing. Only if she has money and good looks, she can live in style.